Tobacco companies kill their best customers, while condom companies kill their future customers. Toothpaste tastes nice, but you never get the urge to swallow it. Trees actually live underground. They just use the above bit as a snorkel. You have woken up thousands of times, and yet you're still not used to it. If the battery in your wristwatch dies, it becomes a bracelet. When we think about traveling to the past, we worry about changing the present. But yet nobody in the present thinks about what they could do to change the future. When you count from 1 to 2, you skip an infinite amount of numbers. When you say forward or backwards, your lips move in those directions. You can never beat yourself in a game of tic-tac-toe. You can often tell when a dream ended, but you can never remember when it started. You don't have any proof that other people can't read your mind. The most terrifying sound in the dead of night in the wilderness is children's voices. Most romances you see is fueled by either loneliness, low self-esteem, or insecurities. Somewhere someone is spending their last week with a full set of fingers. It's kind of messed up how water isn't the solution to dry skin. One unforeseen aspect of becoming a parent is that suddenly you are open to a whole new genre of nightmares that involve losing your kid. One day you will buy a shirt and will die in that shirt. Albert Einstein changed the way we depict scientists and generally smart people. Having a day off to do nothing is considered bad if you're depressed, but good if you're not depressed. Adoption is just the skip intro button for parenting. When you boil drinking water to kill germs, you still drink the germs. They're just dead. Lucid dreaming is the only way to get complete control over anything you want to happen. The police doesn't pull over drunk drivers. They pull over drunk drivers that drive poorly. If you find a $100 bill on the ground, and it takes you a second to pick it up. For that brief moment, you are making $360,000 an hour. It's actually weird that humans are the only species that drinks milk from other animals. Cats make you into servants, but dogs add you to their pack. Even though our fingers are different lengths, they all line up when we curl. The larger the planet, the more likely its civilization will think it's flat. A joke someone else made in your dream is actually a product of your sense of humor. Some couples share all their passwords because they trust each other completely. Other couples don't for the same reason. The fake moon landing never happened. There exists a set of actions that if you perform them in the correct order would make you a millionaire in a day. You just don't know what they are. When a company offers you a better prize after you cancel their subscription, they're just admitting they were overcharging you. People who are good-looking but have terrible personalities are basically real-life clickbaits. There are animals that have eaten magic mushrooms and tripped hard not knowing what the hell is going on. Handwritten assignments and in-person tests may become the norm again because of AI. Using solar panels to power an air conditioning unit is like using the sun's power against itself. Whenever you dig up dirt or a rock, that could be the first time it has seen the sun in millions of years. Your dog doesn't know you can make mistakes. So when you trip over him in the dark, he thinks you just got up to kick him in the head. You could have made a life-saving decision without knowing it. Handcuffing deaf people takes away their freedom of speech. One day you're going to think of something for the last time and never know. It's actually weird that humans are the only species that drinks milk from other animals. People who brag about being very generous are some of the biggest narcissists. You don't get rich by saving money, you save money by being rich. The more you look at the spelling of a word, the weirder it feels to see the spelling of that word. Buck and doe are both terms for deer, but buck and doe are both terms for money. We use our mobile phones every single day, but they never appear in dreams. You lie more to yourself than to others. Isn't it funny that teenagers like to brag about how expensive their things are, but adults like to brag about how cheap they got something? If you see someone wearing a $30,000 watch, it's hard to know if they're really good with money or if they're really bad. Your eyeballs will probably never touch another person's eyeball. Arguing with dumb people actually makes you smarter, because you have to figure out ways to explain things in a way that the dumb person can understand. Hearing your favorite song on the radio hits so much harder than if it was on your phone. Tall people are expected to use their reach to help shorter people. But if a tall person were to ask a short person to hand them something they dropped on the floor, it'd be insulting. A burger doesn't have a front or a back until you take a bite out of it. Every hollow chocolate bunny is carrying a pocket of air from somewhere else in the world. The average person probably has hundreds of thousands of lyrics memorized, but they won't realize they have them memorized until the song starts playing, even decades later. The only loser in an argument is the person who learns nothing from it. Repair people are probably better to ask for product quality advice than salespeople are. Smiling animals on food products doesn't make a lot of sense. There is no reason for a chicken to be happy when it's dead. We really only feel as tall as the height of our eyeballs. We are all technically in a massive queue leading to a coffin. Technically, the more obese you become, the more room you have for tattoos. Taxes are just a yearly subscription to the country that you live in, and childhood is the free trial. Your eraser slowly dies because of your mistakes. Your dog doesn't know you can make mistakes, so when you trip over him in the dark, he thinks you just got up to kick him in the head. You are friends with someone if you can sit next to them without saying a word and not feel awkward. Saying someone is a huge dick and saying someone has a small dick are both insults. Having shitty memory is great for rewatching TV shows, but not anything else. The only 2 days in your life that don't last 24 hours are the day you were born and the day that you die. Your barber knows the back of your head better than you do. Ironically enough, ad blockers are advertised through ads. Distributing flyers door to door is technically organized littering. It's absolutely absurd that the center of dartboard isn't the highest value. Somewhere in the world lies a rock that has never been touched by a living creature. Your face is just the combination of thousands of years of other people's faces. The world's truly richest people are probably rich enough to not be known as the richest people on Earth. Break a taco enough, and you'll have a full serving of nachos. How come you never see a clown driving in traffic? Yet clowns always show up to parties fully clowned up. Most people want to live a long life, but people don't enjoy doing things that make life long. Since carbon dioxide is denser than oxygen, we actually lose weight when we breathe. In the movies, dogs are technically unpaid actors. One of the advantages of being tall is the fact you can fold large blankets with ease. Why do bad guys always win the girl during movies and good guys don't until after? How come you can't get in a store and buy clothes if you don't already own clothes? When you travel, people seem friendlier because you're more open to conversation with strangers. The more you think about life in our society, the easier it is to become depressed. Nothing lasts longer than that video someone is showing you that you have no interest in. Money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you serotonin, which makes you happier. It's not fair that bears look so cute, fuzzy and cuddly, but will also tear you to shreds. You only need 14 calendars to live through your entire life. The rest is just marketing. Your car key has probably traveled more than your car. Honey is the tastiest of all the insect vomits we have tried so far. You've only opened your eyes once more than you've closed them. The CIA probably has the biggest database of inappropriate pictures in the world. Your boring job or life is probably the dream job or life of someone else. You're probably in the background of hundreds of photographs taken by strangers. Your calculator history is probably more embarrassing than your browser history. At age 30, you've spent a month having birthdays. People underestimate how bad 1 HP of damage would hurt in real life. Punishment for honesty is what makes people lie. There's enough sperm sitting in donation centers to impregnate every adult woman on Earth. If men disappeared tomorrow, the human race would continue. We went from buying ringtones in 2002 to always having our phones on silent in 2023. Whatever happens inside our bodies happens in pitch black darkness. The purpose of a lock is to turn a door into a wall. When you are dead, you don't know you are dead. Everyone just experiences the pain. The same is true if you are stupid. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you will be millions of miles away from the point where you went to bed. Since the voice in your head does not need to breathe, you can scream inside forever. There should be a reality show where flat earthers have to find the edge of the world. If you kill a murderer, the number of murderers hasn't decreased. At one time, your parents put you down as a child and never picked you up again. Everything in the universe is either a potato or not a potato. Water is the solution to everything. Thirsty? Drink water. Get rid of your enemies? Drown them. Only female mosquitoes drink your blood to have children. Your DNA is in mosquito babies. You are now a parent. People will tell you to cut negative people out of your life and then get pissed when you stop hanging out with them. A lottery is a cheat code in life, but you have to guess it correctly. When you start counting at 0, your lips don't touch until you reach 1 million. All animals with Instagram accounts are theoretically nude models. One of the biggest lies Hollywood tells is when characters in a movie or TV show have the same personality everywhere they go. Cold toilet seats are physically uncomfortable. Warm toilet seats are mentally uncomfortable. Your cut hair is still out there somewhere. The oldest person was alive on every birthday of every person in the world. Every event in your life has led you to watching this video.